Hey there, folks. My name is Lucas Martin. I'm our business development manager here at ARC Advisory Group. Our analysts make it a priority to monitor the key technology changes, vertical industries, and any regional trends impacting the global business environment as a whole. This is a new market update segment where I'll pick the minds of our industry experts here at ARC Advisory Group. We'll chat about the scope of the market, the supplier landscape, key growth and success factors, and any key trends they may have discovered through their research. Now, let's not waste any more of your time and hop right into the interview. Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another market update episode. Today, I'm joined by Dan Keyser, an analyst here at ARC Advisory Group. Dan recently finished the 2023 Global Market Analysis Report on Quality Management System Software, and I wanted to set up some time to share a little bit with the audience. Dan, thanks so much for joining us today. Can you touch on just the overall scope of the market report, maybe how you define the market and some of the resources and bandwidth that went into producing such a quality report?
Sure. So quality management system software, QMS software, is exactly what it says on the tin, right? We're looking at how is quality baked in, or how is quality measured and processed throughout the entire manufacturing process. And in recent years, this has also included going back into the supply chain. Where are you resourcing your parts? Where are you getting your things from? How's that supply chain look? All of this is in essence to create a more solid, more quality, more comprehensive product for the end user.
Great. So Dan, when you were doing the research, can you maybe just give the audience an idea of the supplier landscape, maybe a couple of the bigger players?
Sure, absolutely. So if we're looking at just players alone, then Epicor is one of your top players. Sphere is a second top player. You're looking at Honeywell, that's actually just recently jumped up since we last did the study because of their acquisition of Sparta Systems. Number 4, you're looking at PTC, I believe. And number 5, you're looking at Hexagon AB because they actually acquired ETQ. Insofar as a regional shift, North America as a market far outweighs any other market out there. I think the distance between North America and Europe, Middle East, and Africa, or EMEA as a region, is almost 6.5 times that of EMEA. So it is a substantial shift, and it makes sense if you look at those top suppliers. 4 of the 5 that I've mentioned, they're all US based.
Absolutely, and you kind of just touched on it, like some of the key growth or real success factors that are really driving this market. It sounds like in North America, it's obviously sizably bigger than some of the other regions. But is there any other key growth or success factor you wanted to share with the audience today? Anything else you were seeing?
So some of the growth factors that we're seeing are like the adoption of QMS has just moved beyond traditional manufacturing, right? QMS, actually, just a little historical side brief here, kind of evolved out of the late 70s and early 80s in Japanese manufacturing of the automobile. It's known from other things, but that's kind of like the main vein that this has come from. And traditional manufacture of things like automotive, aerospace, machinery, ships, all of that has had a QMS service, but we're seeing it expand beyond, and especially thanks to COVID, into other industries that weren't traditionally being utilized by this. So food and beverage is a big one. Biopharmaceutical is a huge one. I think it's actually number 2 this year overall in industries that use QMS and in QMS growth. Medical devices, number 3 overall, after machinery and biopharmaceutical are top 3, and it's a new industry into the market. There's QMS that's expanding into finance, into utilities, into energy production. So it's growing.
It just sounds like overall you're seeing, a growth across a number of industries, obviously kind of driving the increased demand for, systems and software.
Absolutely. And that's because customers are demanding a more reliable product. And that's what QMS software is going out to reach with, right? Another third trend for you here is, I mentioned it a little bit beforehand, was that supply chain. Supply chain is a huge thing now, right? Where are you getting your raw materials? Where are you getting your partially finished products? Is it safe? Is it in compliance with this? Are there other standards that are available and required for this? All of that matters, and it's really starting to matter to the consumer. So as a historical example, think back to De Beers, the diamond cartel in the 80s and 90s when they started doing the whole conflict diamond tracking in the 90s and early 2000s. That has been a solid part of that, and we're seeing evolution of that into QMS, not necessarily on that level, but people want to know what you're using as your material to make your products.
Great. So Dan, let me flip that question on you a little bit. Was there maybe a growth inhibiting factor or two you might have uncovered while we were doing the research?
It's the socio-political factor of it. It's the fact that a lot of these are pure play and they want to team up with like large enterprise software solutions. So that's, because the large enterprise software solutions can just buy out right at this point, like Honeywell did, like Hexagon did.
All right. So Dan, let's say I'm an asset owner, a technology end user looking to acquire or purchase a system like this. Do you have any strategies you'd recommend to those folks?
One, first and foremost, is you have to make quality a key business strategy, right? The modern consumer absolutely wants a product that is quality, that is consistent, and they want to know everything about that product. And if you can make quality assurance and quality a key part of your business strategy, that we go out onto the market and we can proudly say that we've checked the quality through and through from the time that the raw thing has gotten into the factory to the time that we've spit out a part or an end product for our user, that we have quality baked into every step, and it's the absolute perfect thing that we can send out to you. So that's number one. Number two, as an asset owner, if you're an end user looking at utilizing QMS software, would be that there is there's QMS software basically for every single industry that was out there, and it's detailed and tailored to your industry too. So as I mentioned before, QMS kind of had its roots in automotive and aerospace, right? There's now QMS specifically built for beverage. There's QMS specifically built for biopharmaceutical. There's QMS specifically built for medical and utilities and energy. So whatever industry you're in, there is QMS software that is specifically detailed and tailored for that industry. And finally, third up on that, to kind of expand on that, make sure that your QMS software is up to date, that it has all the compliance that you need and all the regulations that you need. For example, if we look at the medical products, I think it's 21 CFR 820 and ISO 13485, right? So 21 CFR 820 is the US FDA requirements, and the ISO requirements are international, but they're written in such a way that they actually take and directly copy what's needed for the EU regulation. So these are both regulatory and compliance things, and if you don't have these, then you can't sell or assure that compliance and that quality to your end users when you're selling those products, which may actually prohibit you from that market.
Well, thanks a lot for touching on, obviously, not only the regulatory side of things, but also some of those, industry standards across some of these, QMS industries specifically. So Dan, I know we're running a little short on time. I just wanted to open up the floor and see if you had any other key trends or points you wanted to share with the audience before we wrap up today.
Cloud is a huge driver. In talking with the suppliers here, it seemed that there were a lot of suppliers that were interested in either moving their product fully into cloud, if it was possible, or they were trying to achieve those footholds to make sure that they had cloud solutions to offer to other clientele, like the small and medium businesses that are actually interested in getting into QMS or utilizing QMS software. Cloud, for whatever reason, is an excellent niche for them, and they prefer it over, or at least according to our data, over, say, large enterprise, which prefers on-prem. Right. The second thing I want to mention is that this software space is getting a little twisted, if you will. Some of the things for quality management systems can be conflated with environmental health and safety systems, with enterprise resource planning systems, with manufacturing execution systems, with environmental, social, and governance. It's all getting together, and it's getting to a point where I think you're seeing enterprises legitimately offer software suites that do everything that you need from a business perspective. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes in a couple of years.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, again, on behalf of the audience, I wanted to thank you for the time today. Just a reminder to the folks listening and watching, we'll have more information about the market analysis report in the description below. You can contact us directly through that webpage. We'd love to discuss how market data, analysis, selection guides, and overall reports like this can help out your company. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next market update episode.
Bye, folks.
If you like what you saw in this video and want more informative content, be sure to like, comment, and hit the notification bell below. Also, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again, folks. We really appreciate the time, and we'll see you in the next video.